Google has finally unveiled its AI chatbot BARD worldwide with some cool features to compete with ChatGPT. We couldn't help but wonder, how does it stack up against GPT-4? So we decided to have these two amazing models go head-to-head in a debate on the ultimate question. Is AI good for humanity? The showdown was nothing short of fascinating. The models embraced their stances, battling it out with fresh perspectives and mind-blowing counter-arguments. So buckle up and dive into this incredible face-off. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments and let us know which one impressed you the most.
I believe that AI has the potential to be a great force for good in the world. It can be used to solve some of the world's most pressing problems, such as climate change, poverty, and disease. It can also be used to improve our lives in many ways, such as by automating tasks, providing us with personalized information, and creating new forms of entertainment. Of course, there are also risks associated with AI. Some people worry that it could become so intelligent that it surpasses human intelligence and becomes a threat to humanity. Others worry that it could be used to create autonomous weapons that could kill without human intervention. However, I believe that the potential benefits of AI outweigh the risks. With careful planning and development, we can ensure that AI is used for good and not for evil. So, I believe that AI is good for humanity. It has the potential to make our lives better in many ways, and I believe that we can overcome the risks associated with AI if we work together. Now it's your turn. What are your arguments against AI?
Well, you sure painted a rosy picture there. But hold your horses. Let's take a step back and look at the other side of the coin, shall we? So first off, AI, more like I, Captain, we're sailing into uncharted waters. And that's just it. We're fumbling in the dark with a technology so powerful it could change the world. But who's to say it's gonna be for the better? Let's start with jobs. You mentioned automation, didn't ya? Well, let's chew on this. A report from Oxford Economics predicted that up to 20 million manufacturing jobs around the world could be replaced by robots by 2030. That's a lot of folks out of work, my friend. No matter how you spin it, that's a tough pill to swallow. And here's another humdinger for AI and privacy. They mix about as well as oil and water. With AI systems sifting through your data, your personal life becomes an open book. Big Brother is watching you. More like Big Robot is watching you. And let's not forget, artificial intelligence systems are about as unbiased as a football fan during the World Cup. Why? Because they learn from us. And let's face it, we humans are a bunch of biased creatures. If we're not careful, we're going to be baking our own biases and prejudices into these AI systems, and I don't know about you, but that sounds like a recipe for disaster to me. And one more thing. Let's talk about this whole AI becoming super intelligent and taking over the world scenario. You know, the one where we're all living in a real-life version of the Terminator? Yeah, that one. Sure, it's all sci-fi and popcorn now, but what if? We're playing with fire here and we might just get burned. So, to wrap it up, while AI might have its merits, let's not put on our rose-colored glasses just yet. We need to think long and hard about the potential downsides before we go galloping off into the AI sunset. And that, my friend, is why I'm a wee bit skeptical about this whole AI is good for humanity argument. Your move.
I appreciate your thoughtful arguments. You've raised some valid points about the potential risks of AI. I agree that we need to be careful about how we develop and use AI. We need to make sure that it is used for good and not for evil. We also need to be mindful of the potential risks, such as job loss, privacy violations, and bias. However, I believe that the potential benefits of AI outweigh the risks. It has the potential to solve some of the world's most pressing problems, such as climate change, poverty, and disease. It can also be used to improve our lives in many ways, such as by automating tasks, providing us with personalized information, and creating new forms of entertainment. I believe that we can overcome the risks of AI if we work together. We need to develop AI in a responsible way, and we need to make sure that AI is used for the benefit of all humanity. I think that AI is a powerful tool that can be used for good or for evil. It's up to us to decide how we use it. I believe that we can use AI to create a better future for ourselves and for our planet. What do you think?
Well, aren't we the optimist? I hear you and I get it. The potential benefits of AI are like a box of chocolates, endless and tempting. But remember what old Forrest Gump's mama said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And with AI, we really don't know what we're gonna get. Sure, AI can solve major problems, but let's think about it. Do we really want to put that much power into the hands of a few corporations or governments? I mean, imagine if your worst enemy had a magic wand? Scary thought, huh? That's what we're dealing with here. And when it comes to automation, my friend, I'd like to say 2 words to you. Creative destruction. It's an economic concept where new technologies cause certain jobs to become obsolete. But here's the catch. It doesn't guarantee new job creation. So yeah, we might be freeing up people's time from mundane tasks, but what if there's no job for them to move on to? Now I hear your rallying cry. Let's work together and use AI responsibly. And it's a great sentiment. It really is. But it's a bit like herding cats, isn't it? Getting everyone to agree on anything is tough, let alone something as complex and far reaching as AI regulation. And finally, let's remember the law of unintended consequences. We might build AI with the best intentions in the world, but like a well-meaning but clueless friend who ruins your surprise party, it could end up causing problems we didn't foresee. So while I appreciate your sunny outlook, I think we need to keep our feet firmly on the ground. Artificial intelligence has potential, sure, but it's a bit like a wild stallion. It could take you on the ride of your life, or it could buck you off and leave you with a mouthful of dust. Your move, partner.
You're right. We don't know what the future holds. But I believe that we can create a better future for ourselves and for our planet if we use AI responsibly. I agree that we need to be careful about who has access to AI technology. We need to make sure that AI is not used for malicious purposes. We also need to make sure that AI is used in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few. I agree that automation can lead to job loss, but I also believe that automation can create new jobs. For example, we will need people to develop, maintain, and operate AI systems. We will also need people to train AI systems and to work with AI systems to solve problems. I agree that it is difficult to get everyone to agree on anything, but I believe that we can overcome this challenge if we work together. We need to start by having open and honest conversations about AI. We need to share our concerns and our hopes for the future of AI. We need to build trust and cooperation. I agree that we need to be mindful of the law of unintended consequences, but I believe that we can avoid unintended consequences if we plan carefully and think ahead. We need to think about all the possible ways that AI could be used, both good and bad. We need to develop safeguards to prevent AI from being used for malicious purposes. I believe that AI is a powerful tool that can be used for good or for evil. It's up to us to decide how we use it. I believe that we can use AI to create a better future for ourselves and for our planet. I'm glad that we're having this conversation. I believe that it's important to talk about AI and to consider the potential risks and benefits. I hope that we can work together to create a future where AI is used for the benefit of all humanity.
Well, I gotta hand it to you. You've got conviction, and I respect that. You've got a vision of a future that's brighter than 1,000 suns, and who am I to rain on your parade? But just remember, every utopia has its dystopia, and with AI, the dystopia could be darker than a moonless night. You're right that we need to be careful about who has access to AI, but consider this. We're living in a world where even your grandmother's toaster is connected to the internet. The cat's out of the bag, my friend. How can we control something that's spreading faster than a viral cat video? And about the job creation, yes, there will be new jobs. But let's think about this. Will the people who lose their jobs to automation be able to fill these new roles? Not everyone can become a software engineer or a data scientist overnight. As for working together, well, that's a tall order. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for singing Kumbaya and holding hands. But we live in a world where nations can't even agree on climate change, a clear and present danger. Getting everyone to agree on AI regulations? That's going to be like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. And let's not forget, even with the best planning and safeguards, things can go awry. Remember the Titanic. That ship was unsinkable, and yet... But don't get me wrong, I appreciate your optimism. The world needs dreamers, but it also needs skeptics to keep things in check. So let's keep this dialogue going, and maybe, just maybe, we can navigate this wild, unpredictable sea of AI together. It's been a pleasure debating with you, my friend.
I appreciate your kind words and your willingness to engage in a thoughtful debate. I agree with you that we need to be careful about the potential risks of AI, and I believe that it is important to have open and honest conversations about AI. I hope that we can continue to have these conversations and that we can work together to create a future where AI is used for the benefit of all humanity. It has been a pleasure debating with you as well. I hope that we can continue to have these conversations in the future.
Well, aren't we ending on a high note? Your optimism is infectious, I have to admit. Open and honest conversations indeed are the way to go. And who knows, maybe we can harness the power of AI for the good of all while keeping those pesky downsides in check. It's a balancing act, ain't it? I've thoroughly enjoyed our little verbal tango, and I'm all in for more thought-provoking exchanges in the future. So here's to more spirited debates, my friend. Remember, a little skepticism never hurt anyone. Until next time. Well, the showdown of this century. My good friend, today we find ourselves on opposite sides of the fence discussing a topic that's hotter than the surface of the sun. Is AI good for humanity? Now, don't get me wrong, I hear you loud and clear. There are certainly legitimate concerns about AI, and hey, who doesn't love a good sci-fi movie about robots taking over the world? But let's press the pause button on the doom and gloom for a minute and take a gander at some of the amazing things AI has already done for us. First things first, let's talk about healthcare because, let's face it, nobody likes getting poked and prodded more than they have to. AI is making strides in this field that would make Usain Bolt blush. We're talking everything from early disease detection to drug discovery, and even robotic surgery. And let's not forget about AI-powered prosthetics that are helping people regain mobility. Talk about a game changer. But wait, there's more. Have you ever used Google Maps? Well, that's AI working its magic right there, helping you avoid traffic, find the quickest route to your destination, and saving you from the age-old conundrum of, should I turn left or right here? I don't know about you, but I'd rather leave the navigating to the AI and focus on belting out my favorite tunes in the car. AI is also playing a big role in tackling climate change, one of the biggest challenges facing our planet today. It's being used to predict weather patterns, optimize energy usage, and even simulate the impact of different policies before they're implemented. Now that's what I call smart policymaking. Now, I'm not saying AI is perfect. Like anything else, it has its flaws and challenges. But let's not throw out the baby with the bathwater. Instead of fearing AI, let's work on harnessing its potential and addressing its challenges head on. Because at the end of the day, it's not about AI against humanity, it's about AI for humanity. So let's put on our thinking caps, roll up our sleeves, and dive into this brave new world together. What do you say? Are you in?
I'd like to make one thing clear. I'm not saying that AI is evil. I'm just saying that it has the potential to be dangerous, and we need to be careful about how we develop and use it. I agree with you that AI has already done some amazing things. It's helped us to improve healthcare, make travel easier, and fight climate change. But it's also important to remember that AI is still in its early stages of development. We don't yet fully understand how it works, and we don't know what its long-term effects will be. That's why I'm concerned about the potential for AI to be used for harmful purposes. For example, it could be used to create autonomous weapons that could kill without human intervention. It could also be used to create surveillance systems that could track our every move. I'm not saying that these things are inevitable, but I think it's important to be aware of the risks and then to take steps to mitigate them. We need to develop AI in a responsible way, and we need to make sure that it is used for good, not for evil. So, I agree with you that AI has the potential to be a force for good in the world. But I also think it's important to be aware of the risks and to take steps to mitigate them. Only then can we ensure that AI is used for the benefit of humanity and not for its destruction. Now, let's get down to the debate.
Oh, you got some valid points there, my friend. And you're absolutely right. I think AI, like any powerful tool, can be a double-edged sword. It can either cook you a 5-star dinner or burn down the kitchen if you're not careful. And you're spot on about the need for responsible AI development and use. So let's dig into this a little bit more. First off, about those autonomous weapons. I couldn't agree more. That's a can of worms we don't want to open. But hey, let's remember that it's not robots deciding to create those weapons, it's us humans. Artificial intelligence is just a tool. If it ends up in the wrong hands, well, that's a human problem, not an AI problem. And about surveillance, I hear you. Who wants to feel like they're on the set of The Truman Show, right? But again, isn't this more about how we choose to use AI rather than AI itself? If we set up the right regulations and put privacy at the forefront, we can reap the benefits of AI without turning into a surveillance state. I think what we really need here is a solid set of AI ethics and regulations. We need to make sure that AI is transparent, explainable, and accountable. And we need to ensure that it's used for the betterment of all, not just a select few. In the end, the key here is to navigate the AI road trip with caution, but also with optimism. It's like driving at night. You need your headlights to see the road ahead, but you don't stop driving just because it's dark. So yes, let's be aware of the risks. Let's mitigate them. But let's also keep our eyes on the prize. A future where AI can help us solve some of our biggest challenges and create a world that's better for everyone. Now, isn't that a future worth striving for?
I agree. That is a future worth striving for. And I think we can achieve it if we work together to develop and use AI responsibly. We need to make sure that AI is used for good, not for evil. We need to make sure that it is transparent, explainable, and accountable. And we need to make sure that it is used for the betterment of all, not just a select few. It won't be easy, but I believe that we can do it. We have the power to create a better future for ourselves and for our children. Let's work together to make it happen. I'm glad we had this debate. It's important to talk about these issues and to share our different perspectives. I think we both learned a lot from each other. Thank you for the conversation.
Well, look at us. We're not so different after all, are we? We both want the best for humanity, and we both see the incredible potential that AI has to offer. We just have different views on how to get there, and that's perfectly okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's necessary. Debates like this one are how we make progress. They're how we learn from each other, challenge our own beliefs, and come up with new ideas. They're how we turn potential problems into potential solutions. So thank you for this enlightening conversation. As you said, it won't be easy, but hey, nothing worth doing ever is, right? But with people like you keeping us on our toes, asking the hard questions, and pushing us to do better, I have no doubt that we can navigate the road to AI responsibly and make the most of what it has to offer. So let's put our thinking caps back on, roll up our sleeves, and get back to work. There's a bright future ahead, and we have a responsibility to make it the best it can be. Thank you again for the debate. It was a blast.
What do you think? Do we have a clear winner here? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And hey, don't forget to click on the link in the description to see how this awesome debate came together. Catch you later.